People looked up to Saul because he was tall and handsome. But guess what? God looks at the heart. People looks at the outside, but God looks at the heart. So now, since Saul did a bad job as being king of Israel, God is going to choose another one, another guy by the name of David. So Samuel anoints David. God said to Samuel, "Fill your horn with oil. I am sending you to Jesse of Bethlehem. I have chosen one of his sons to be king. Anoint the one I show you." When Samuel saw Jesse's son, Eliab, he thought, "Surely he's the one I must anoint." But God said to Samuel, "Do not consider his appearance on his height, for I have rejected him. Man look at the outward appearance, but God looks at the heart." I like that. You know what is happening here? David must have been short. But do you know that God doesn't look at your height?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let me ask you a question. What does God look at when he chooses you to be a king or some important person?
I have the answer.
Yes, let me hear.
Your heart.
That's right. Man looks at the outward appearance, but God looks at the heart. See, because David was the guy who was in the farm, and he was tending to the sheep, and he was smelling like the sheep. So his father didn't think that God would choose David as a king, but sure enough, David was chosen as king. So let's continue. Jesse had 7 of his sons pass before Samuel. But Samuel said to him, "God has not chosen these. Are these all the sons you have? There is still the youngest." Jesse answered, "But he is taking care of the sheep." Samuel said, "Send for him." See, they never thought that God would choose David because he was taking care of sheep. But what did we say again? God looks at what?
The heart.
Oh, yes, God looks at the heart. So Jesse went to David. He had a fine appearance and handsome features. Then God said, "Anoint him. He is the one." So Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed David. Okay, do you guys know the story of David and Goliath?
Yeah.
Why,
Yes.
yes. I watch it.
Okay, so David is anointed to be king of Israel. But David did such great things during his youth. And do you know God is going to use you also to do great things? Let me hear you say yes.
Yes.
And how about if I get a high five from you guys? How about if I get God is going to use you? Yes, God is going to use you to do great things. To my sisters walking down the street, you will never know one day who you will meet. Wipe your eyes, girl. Don't you weep. Divorce the pain of your past, the hurt that runs so deep. Forget what the people say. This is a new day. You may not like your lips. You may complain about your hips. Love your beautiful self first, before anyone can truly love you. No one has on earth your DNA. Just try to remember that too. You are a beautiful queen. Style your hair, rub in that sheen, put on that fancy dress, lift your head up high. The right attitude will open many avenues. With determination and perseverance, you will have progress.